we came up here in 1961 and saw a ballet company. And I told my wife, I said, someday we're going to dance on that stage. It was the Capitol Theater at the time, but it became the Community Arts Center. So in '62, we ran ads, we signed a lease, we put walls up, we put mirrors in, we put bars up, and bought office furniture. And our registration was exactly 7, which isn't quite enough to run a ballet company. But we started. By the next year, we had a full-scale ballet company.
Well, we decided we wanted to be more than a dance studio. We wanted to do things on a more classical level. So we started to make it more interesting and more that they could see what classical ballet could be all about. And that's how everything got started. And we found a lot of people that were really interested and didn't know that much about it, but got very involved with it. Yeah.
I like dancing for Williamsport Civic Ballet because all 3 instructors have been professional dancers, so they know about proper technique and proper ways of placing yourself, and the way they're dancing is so professional. So they create like really nice dancers.
What we do in practice is usually we go over the part we did last week without music, and we sort of get it in our head so we know what we're doing, and then we go over it with music again until we pretty much have it. And
it depends on the week. One week we have pretty simple rehearsals, and then other weeks it feels like we're dancing and dancing and dancing and we never get a breath. But I think overall rehearsals, we all love to dance. We love to be here, so whatever is thrown at us, that's what we do. It gets hot in there, it gets long some days, and some days may seem redundant, but all of it is bettering us, so it's all good.
I think they're not hard. They're challenging enough that, you're going to sweat, and yeah, you're going to sweat and you're going to work, and there's going to be things that you majorly have to fix. But they're not easy. Like, you're not just going to, do a simple bar and do a simple floor. It's constantly challenging yourself and fixing things.
rehearsal, I think, is pretty tough, especially when we start running things back to back. It takes a lot out of you. In the beginning, I think that when we're just learning choreography, it's a lot less stressful because we're not like dancing for like 10 minutes straight or like a really long time. So I think that it's pretty tough by the end.
To get prepared for a show, one of the things, it's happening right now, a couple of rooms away, we rehearse greatly for the show. We put in 13 or 14 weeks of rehearsal, so we're well prepared for it. And of course, I'm working hard, but not nearly as hard as the young ladies and young men who are much better at ballet than I am. They put in a tremendous effort to get ready.
My job, actually, it's very exciting, and each year it's interesting because what changes each year, the backbone of the choreography is very similar, but what I do is as the cast changes and different people get different parts each year, it makes it exciting for me because it gives it a whole different look than what I had from the year before. But the whole production, I spend hours before I come into productions on Thursday night and Saturdays. I mean, I probably put in a good 5 to 6 hours before walking into the studio, into the rehearsal hall. And so when I come in, I'm prepared as to what's going to happen. Not that it's always going to stay the same. Things can change once I get here, because what happens at home in the kitchen in that small area can change as I get into a bigger area. But it usually works pretty well. But it's fun. The job as a choreographer, it's exciting. I love doing it. And how many more years we have, I hope a lot more. We have a Nutcracker tea party before our Sunday performance, and one of the questions we asked questions, and they came up with how many costumes were on stage, and then I think it was 157, 160 on stage just for Nutcracker alone, and we go from one thing to the other. It grows.
Some of these dresses that you see here are 20 years old, and they're adjusted every year to make it work for the next set of people. That's just what I'm doing right now. Yeah. But it's fun. I would be very upset if I couldn't do it. Once a year, we needed more of the younger ones, like the in-between age, and I think I did like 5. I mass-produced that some. Usually I don't do that, but I did that one summer. I like doing it. I like doing it, and with the older ones, I just readjusted a couple more for the women. You know, they say they can tell from year to year if they've lost weight or gained weight by what I have to do to their dresses.
I think anyone can dance. I mean, you can be the most uncoordinated person in the world, but it's a way that you can learn to do something, whether it's ballet or tap or jazz or even ballroom dancing. It's something that you can learn, and it's not too difficult for you to figure out.
It's just a matter of, so it's not so much the skill. It's like Dad has said to me years ago, I would have liked to take auditions and take the cream of the crop. But then as I've gotten older and look at his side, his thing was always, if they're willing to be dedicated and to be here and put in the time, the travel they've got to do to get here, let them go for it.
You have to be. I have a shirt actually that says athlete plus artist is dancer. And so I really believe that half of you has to be an athlete. You have to be physically in check. You have to be physically strong to accomplish the things that are asked of you. But aside from that, each dance, each piece requires a different emotion, a different feeling, a different acting. So you really have to be in tune with not only the physical aspects of your body, but the emotional aspects of your body, and being able to connect with an audience at several different levels.
Let's see. I think the fact that it's a community production, it brings a lot of people into Williamsport that normally would not come into Williamsport. We have a lot of people that travel in from 50 miles away easily to get here one way. And so you're bringing people in from the outside into Williamsport that normally wouldn't make it into the city here. But also for them to be able to work in the Community Arts Center, what an amazing, beautiful theater.
Dance is a way of like powering through everything, and it's not easy. It's something that you're constantly being challenged with, because a lot of people say dance isn't a sport, but if you think about it, when you define the word athlete, they're pretty much the same thing. It's physical skill in something, and you're definitely being skilled in this. And it's a great feeling to have something that you're passionate about and you love. And yeah, that's why it's important to me.
What I like most about dancing is, for this company again, is the fact that they're so open to people of all ages participating in it, and the family aspect of it. What really is enjoyable too is the performance of the Nutcracker every year. The repetition of it, yet it's never the same. It's different but the same, so there's a lot of teamwork that goes into it. It's very enjoyable to be part of that.
I love dancing with this company because it's coming home to family.